All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Mokar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. The name is Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Ba'Shem, in the names of Habashiach Abishai. Those are the true names of the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashma Kadash Tone. And I say Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles, Ma'akim, Ma'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a news article from FoxNews.com. As of July the 12th, 2025, published by Brea Stimson from FoxNews.com. It reads, is from North Korea. It says, Russia's Lavrov warns U.S. against exploding alliance as he meets with Kim Jong-un in North Korea. It says that the Russian foreign minister emphasized an invisible fighting brotherhood with North Korea during a meeting in North Korea's coastal city of Wonsan. It says that the foreign minister Sergei Lavrov expressed that Russia and North Korea, invisible fighting brotherhood, have warned the United States, Japan, and South Korea against forming an antagonistic alliance during a meeting with North Korea's Kim Jong-un in a Wonsan, North Korea, on Saturday, according to the foreign minister. It says, we warn against exploiting these ties to build alliance directly against anyone, including North Korea and, of course, Russia, right? Because we see in the alliance between China, Russia, Iran, North Korea is increasing. It says, according to the Russian state TASS news agency, Russia and North Korea has boosted their ties over the last few years, and with North Korea providing troops and motions to Russia in support of the war in Ukraine, and Russia providing military and economic assistance to the close-off dictatorship. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin also visited North Korea last year. It says the U.S. and South Korea and Japan has been expanding, restoring a trilateral military exercise in response to North Korea's advancing nuclear program on Friday. The three countries to held a joint air drill involving U.S. nuclear bombers near the Korean Peninsula, and their top military officials meet in Seoul and urge North Korea to ease unlawful activities that threaten regional security. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. It says, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. It says, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you get out trouble for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, so this is what Yahweh Shai spoke about, wars and rumors of wars, just like it was in ancient times. Because those times were different. When Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, him and the disciples, they spoke at the amount of Olives about these times that's going to occur, as it was mentioned in their times. Now, this could be related to modern day times. So that's what we're seeing in modern day times, modern day wars and rumors of wars. It says, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, so these nuclear wars that we see in our world today is going to come to pass, but it's not. It's going to come to pass, but they're not going to end just yet. Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, which goes into ethnos. And that's what we're seeing. Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So this is a sign of wars, of Romans wars right here, as it says again. Russia Laroff warns against all. It says Russians Lavrov warns against exploding alliance as he meet with Kim Jong Un in North Korea. As it says again, Russian foreign minister emphasizing the visible fighting brotherhood with North Korea during a meeting in North Korea's city of Wonsan. This is out of the book of Ezekiel, matter of fact, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, right? The Medes against America. The Medes was the Russian against America. And that's what we're seeing. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which they should not regard silver, and that's for gold, they should not delight in it. Even though relationships been rocky between the United States and Russia, where the tensions are heating up. And this is a future prophecy of Isaiah 13, verse 17. And this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, and verse 4. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horse and horsemen, all of them great company, with shields, armed and swords. Right, so we're going to see Russia in that warlike mindset, and that's what we're seeing. As we see in the Russia-Ukraine situation is heating up, and we're seeing the alliance between China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, going against the Western countries. And these are the same Western countries that be using economic sanctions on Russia and North Korea. That's why we're seeing the alliance between China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. And we're seeing that before us putting that increasingly warlike mindset. He's putting that hooks and back shoot jaws in these Russians, which represents the bear of Ezekiel the 38th chapter. And we're seeing the Russia-Ukraine situation intensifying. And we're seeing Russia versus NATO that been heating up on and on back and forth. And we're seeing the increasing alliance between Belarus and Russia as they recently deployed military missiles over there in Belarus, as Belarus was launching missiles, and Russian armies was helping them to help train them to launch missiles, because tensions are definitely going to be heating up once again. It's going to be ramping back up between NATO and Belarus and Russia together. So we're definitely seeing Russia in that warlike mindset, despite the fact they're trying to de-escalate tensions, trying to have progression of nuclear talks. But as of right now, we definitely see tensions are heating up. And that's why we're seeing the increasing of building up of modern day wars and rumors of wars and nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 5. It says, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya will fall in membership with him. And these are the same alliance Russia's going to be a guard unto. Ezekiel 38, verse 6, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, many people with you. Right, because the Turkish army is going to be alliance with Russia as well too, even though they play on both sides of the fence. But they definitely going to be teaming up with Russia, going against the Western countries, going against the Israel Defense Force and their allies as well too. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 7. It says, Be thou prepared, prepare for thyself and all thy companies that are assembled unto thee, and be thy guard unto them. Right, so that the Father's going to put that Russia in that warlike mindset. He's going to put the spirit on these Russians to have the Russians be a guard to these nations of Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, and Turkey. And that main target is going to be going against the Israel Defense Force, their allies as well too. All that's going to lead up to the Third World War. And this is the prophet Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9, because we've definitely seen these increasing military exercise drills. Not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, I would say like 2.5 weeks ago, you had that largest military exercise drill from NATO over there in Greece. I believe they was teaming up with the Greece armies and the NATO. They was doing that largest ever military exercise drills of the ongoing tensions they have against Russia and Belarus. And then you had the latest military exercise drills, I would say South Korea, Japan, the United States. And then they had a trilateral meeting to overthrow North Korea's rising nuclear presence. And we've been seeing, I would say a couple of days, about 2 or 3 days ago, as of Wednesday of last week, of South Korea, Taiwan, did their largest 10-day annual largest war game military exercise drills. as they getting prepared to a potential showdown with China, as China getting closer and closer to invading Taiwan. This is the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye that some of the Gentiles prepare war. Wake up, mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up." Right, that's what the Heavenly Father's doing, putting that warlike mindset of these arms and nations. As I mentioned once again, that military exercise drills are increasing among all the nations. We're seeing nuclear exercise drills, more military spending, and more nuclear escalations and tensions are heating up between the nations. Joel chapter 3, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Right, so this is that will be a proclaim among the Gentiles and the arms of nations. It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. Right over there in Western Asia. Joel chapter 3, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares and swords, and the plummeters and the spears, and let the weak stand strong. Right, let the weak stand strong. You got these pro-Iranian groups that's teaming up with China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, all teaming up together, going against the Israel Defense Force and their allies, especially the Dragons of Arabia. They're going to be going against the Israel Defense Force and let the weak stand strong. We're seeing that increasing on an everyday basis. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. Yeah, Revelation 11, verse 14, it says, the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. Right, so the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. So this was just a quick prophecy updates as of July the 13th, 2025 on this Sunday morning. So hopefully this was edifying. And with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father, the true name is Yahweh. And his only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, and the names of Hamashiach Abshai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the last one, Nashim Tongue. And I say, rock them to the elders and apostles who are off to next time. I say, Shalom.